This is Wendell Coleman going live on those Facebooks. This is just going to be a quick update. We're going to touch upon the Paul Pelosi situation about the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband getting a DUI in Napa on after Bottle Rock, but there seems to be some inquiries as to why Allison Haley has not yet pressed charges. So let's just dive right into it. One of the reasons why this is such a hot topic is because there's discriminatory treatment between an average everyday citizen or member of the community and those with money, power, and political connections and affiliations. This is not what our Constitution is supposed to be based on, or our judicial system or process. If you break a law, you should be processed just like any other individual. Now, in Napa, oftentimes, if you are a minority or if you do not have money, you will suffer from that economic discrimination and that racial discrimination. And the example that I will give, because everything we do is 100% evidence-based and in black and white, I will show you what happens when an individual has no money and happens to be of Hispanic descent. Come on around here so I can show you what's going on with this paperwork. So here we have a case where Dustin West was charged with resisting arrest and making criminal threats. All right. Now these are the transcripts from case number 183622. I went the wrong way on that. And he was processed in 2018. So what I'm going to show you here is, boom, 18CR002622. Anyone can look this up. So a month before Dustin was arrested, there was a raid at his house. Now, the Napa Police Department under Sergeant DeLacy decided to mount up and rally all the officers together to go and raid his house because someone took a picture of him allegedly on on Instagram holding an AR-15. So they raid his home. They have his mother, his young infant daughter, and his girlfriend at gunpoint. They get him out of the house. They search the home for all of 10 minutes. And then in the police report, it says, well, the house was too messy, so we are going to go on ahead and cancel this search. So they utilize all these resources, go to the house, perform this search. They say it's too messy, and they leave. They don't recover an AR-15 or anything. In the responsive police report, it states that the reason why they halted the search is because the house was too messy. So let's just say there was an AR-15. Why would they leave without recovering that weapon? One. Two, why would they invest so much manpower and finance and money to do absolutely nothing? Anyhow, the result from that was Dustin trying to commit suicide roughly 2 months later. He went out to the bridge on Imola and tried to jump off. They had to shut down traffic. The hostage negotiator had to show up. It was a scene. To make a long story short, Dustin ended up coming off the bridge after he was promised that he was not going to be detained. He was subsequently detained under a 5150 temporary hold so they could check to make sure that he was okay mentally, which is great. Now, here's when it gets interesting. Here's what happens when you get a public pretender from the Napa Public Pretender's Office. Specifically, we have Andy Rubbinger here, who is on my list because he has railroaded multiple clients, people that he's representing. And you get prosecuted in a way where due process is not allowed. So here we go with the transcripts from here. Remember, his charges are resisting arrest, and criminal threat. So I'm just going to go straight to page 23. And this will be available online for anyone to read. Keep in mind, his charges are criminal threats and resisting arrest. Page 23, where are we? 21, 22, 23. Okay. Yes. So this is Andy Rubinger cross-examining Officer Keown. Yes, that someone had someone was on the bridge and had made threats to commit suicide. Question. And once Dustin stepped down, were you the one that handcuffed him? This is Officer Keown. Yes. Okay. And you were able to handcuff him, correct? Yes. He allowed, and this is a question from Andy Rubinger, and he allowed you to do that, correct? Yes, I was able to. He didn't struggle or anything like that, correct? Nothing that is noteworthy. Nothing like that would require him being taken to the ground or anything like that. He immediately put his hands behind his back and allowed you to handcuff him, correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. So there's absolutely no resisting arrest. Now we're going to go to page 28, okay, quickly, where Officer Muratori is being examined here. Brett Muratori. Then we'll go straight to page 34. Check this up here. Here's the anonymous citizen that made a call that there was a gun on Instagram, which later on they couldn't even find the person. And in the police report it says they called the number back, and it was a spoof number because the guy who picked up the phone basically said, so we know that never took place. Okay? What's up, y'all? So here it is right here. The anonymous citizen called, made the false accusation, and supposedly they went out to investigate. So here we go on page 34. Boom. Here it is. Bam. All different. Different officer. Okay. Answer. Physically, he did not resist. He did exactly what we told him to do. Verbally, he was not happy. That's it. They're straight up saying he did not resist arrest. So my question is, why was Dustin West processed? Why did he end up taking a deal and serving time in jail when both officers, Muratori and Keown, on black and white in the transcripts from court case number 18CR000622, okay, why did he end up serving time? Had he been a Pelosi, had he been a Newsom, had he had direct ties with the district attorney's office, he never would have been processed. Had he had money, he might have been able to have an effective attorney that would have simply said, oh, hey, look, the black and white evidence says that he did, the two witnesses, the officers say he did not resist arrest. So how is the district attorney charging him for that? And she charged him quick. So we have to ask ourselves in our community, why does the district attorney charge everybody else with a lack of evidence, but everything is questionable and there seems to be these delays in this process when it comes to charging Paul Pelosi? This is very clear discrimination. This is very clear financial, economic discrimination, racial discrimination, and political affiliation discrimination. We, the people, need to stand up for those who have been railroaded and do not have a voice. I have no less than 20 people with testimony ready to share with whomever is willing to listen about their cases, being railroaded by the public pretender's office and being overly charged, incited charges from the district attorney's office, myself included. They know who I am. They know what they've done. All the evidence was in my favor. We have issues with the judges in Napa. We have issues with the district attorney in Napa. We have issues with certain law enforcement members in Napa. We have issues with police officers in Napa. So I'll say this right now. Thank God for Captain Gary Pitkin, who is vigilantly working towards getting the investigation against Alfonso Ortiz. And thank you to John Crawford, who is a constitutional sheriff. But we need more law enforcement entities, agents, to support we the people. There's too many of us being railroaded, disrespected, and denied our basic God-given, inalienable rights. And it's taking place on a daily basis. And you can see this is happening by simply watching how they're treating Paul Pelosi. Read the words, the language in the interviews. Oh, Paul Pelosi has agreed to come to court in August. Oh, really? Because I didn't get a choice. I was immediately arrested, thrown in jail, and given a no bail option. He's given a $5,000 bail and released on a Sunday. How many other people got that treatment? That's what I ask. I ask you the people and remind you the people that it is for the people and by the people. And this discrimination, this discriminatory treatment, these injustices, I showed you in black and white. This man went to jail and was sentenced and was forced to take a plea because he was afraid for his life for a crime he did not commit. And you have it here in black and white. It cannot be denied or detested in any way, shape, or form. Yet they keep doing this. Again, there's more people out there. We're embracing and taking on as much testimony as possible. This is Wendell Coleman. I'm signing out. Thank you for all the support. And I want to remind everybody, Napa transparency, we're getting it out there. We're going to be continuing to showcase evidence, black and white evidence, and we need your support. We need the support of the community to make this happen. Thank you. Peace out. Y'all have a good night.